What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Nate Campbell. Here, Nate Campbell. Experience Galaxxy with Nate Campbell. That's who we are. That's what we're doing. I want you guys to be very. Oh man. Oh, thank y'all for coming out, tuning in. The ones that are on. Listen, I'm gonna try something new tonight. I want you guys to ask me questions. What's going on, Tiffany Brown? What's up, Robbie Rob? What's up, Vanessa J? As you guys are coming in, we got a caller coming in. What's going on, Randall? Jonathan, Horace, Terry, what's going on? Here's what I want you guys to do. I want y'all to start prefacing y'all questions to me through one of the Facebook pages on whichever feed you're on, and as I see them, I'll respond to them because we're gonna have somebody on the line tonight. What's up, Dale? What's going on, Ricky? I want to preface them tonight. We're gonna have a friend of mine named Jayson Cross coming. He's a comedian from New York. He lives in New York City from Chicago. I got a simple question I want to pose to you to all. This question is quite easily probably the hardest question that most people will be asked, and the response is going to be quite, it's going to be big. It's going to be a lot of different understandings about it, how people feel about it. Can you marry black and talk black? Marry white and talk black? Can you marry white and talk black? Can you still marry a white man or white woman and then talk about the black plight or the black issues as they stand in this country? He's trying to call in right now. And my issue is simple. Can you do it? I don't think you can. I don't believe you can. They keep talking Harry Belafonte. I don't give a fuck about that. You can't be totally for us and then at the same time not be married to one of us. The greatest. If you're gonna really talk business with me, I'm trying to text him so the number is.
Yeah, just tell him to call back in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this done. I don't think that you can truly talk black and sleep white. My grandmother, who was mixed, said you couldn't. And Harry Belafonte, for all the things he did, you didn't do the first thing that should have been done was to marry and procreate with maybe call her right now. Marry and is that him calling 213?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want us to be honest with each other about this. I need for us to have an honest conversation. This conversation needs to be had, because I think that the more that we have this conversation, the more understanding we may be able to get out of it. I'm drinking my tea, but I don't think you can marry black. Marry white and talk black. That's just not my belief. A lot of folk might feel the opposite way. I don't, but I'm gonna wait for him to come on. But I do want to talk about Simone Sanders. Can you pull her up for me?
Is his number that 213 number?
I think so.
I'll dial it back.
I think so. 21. Yeah, that's it.
Dial it right now. If it picks up, we'll connect to him.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna talk about Simone Sanders tonight.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on? Hold on.
What's up, brother? I've been trying to get at you.
I know. Hold on one moment. We're gonna move into it. We're gonna move into it. Just let me. I want you to talk about. Yeah, we're gonna turn you down, Jason. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk about the Simone Sanders thing. Then we're gonna go right into you. Okay.
All right.
Simone Sanders. She's a CNN contributor, and she made the statement that who asks black men for their opinion, basically, on Kamala Harris. Whatever the broad name Man, I'm not even voting for us. I mean, but here's my issue. The question is, you ask who asked for my opinion. You asking for my damn it vote. So you don't get my opinion, but you want my vote. You don't want my opinion. Yeah, here she is right here.
What do you think of her, man?
What about her?
I mean, what's your opinion of her? I watch CNN all the time, so I see her on all the time.
I think that she's the classic feminist, black feminist.
Exactly.
Black feminist, don't think much of men, but as soon as some shit pop off, she gonna be the main one running for one of us to take care of her big bowling ball head ass. Man, I mean,
Yeah,
and I don't hate her. I don't hate that hater. I don't hate our women, but I hate black feminists, man. I think black feminists are horrible because, dude.
Well, dude, she is. Let me just tell you, I watch her all the time. She is painstakingly condescending to men.
Yeah.
In every way, white or black.
She's a feminist.
She is unbelievably
She's
condescending.
And the problem is, condescending where I come from, get you hit in the mouth. My mama will hit you. My mama, I was a grown man, was condescending to my mama, and she hit me. I mean, I was like, Mama, what was that? She said, you don't get talk slick out the mouth to me. And I knew she was telling the truth. I was condescending. And our problem is, what has happened is, there's no respect for the black man among many of these type black women. And so for me, I'm at the place in my life where I'm like, I love black women, so I'm going to keep working for black women, looking for black women. But the ones like this, I will not protect. I will watch you be beaten in the streets and say nothing. And I don't give a damn who don't like it. That go for any of you hoteps or any of you cats out there. If you're a feminist, a female feminist, a black feminist, I'm going to watch you be mishandled every time. Who was it? A black girl? Who was one of the black girls who was a Me Too'er or something like that? Got on the plane and got mishandled on the plane. She was a feminist. And
I don't remember. I know, but
they escorted her chunky ass right off the plane. White woman let her know exactly what that feminist super sisterhood meant to her. Nothing. Had her ass removed post haste off the plane. and I'm like, dude, you ain't learned. I'm your only ally. And then they the main one to talk shit. And then when you call them out their name, that's your best defense. No, this is my best defense, but I can't use it on you. You know, and I'm like, dude, stop doing that. Stop acting like you down for me and you not. Because if you down for me, my opinion should matter. I don't think Kamala Harris, whatever woman name is, don't give two fucks about black men. And I know that I can be rough, and I'm gonna be rough. Y'all, they don't give a damn. She don't give a damn about black men. And I love black women, but I don't like black feminists. How about that? And I've had to come to the realization I had to be able to put that in the scope of what it is. I don't like black feminists. I don't like feminists, but I hate black feminists because I think that's the biggest detriment to the black community of anything. You don't understand the dude. I can't hurt you. No, if I don't physically hurt you, I can't hurt you. I don't have a job to keep you off of. I can't tell you no. I can't disenfranchise you.
You know, I was trying to explain to my son at dinner the other day. I said to him, it's getting clearer a year doing a show with you. It's clearer in my head. I can see things clear.
Right.
I'll never have the black experience. I just will never have it. But I listen to you and I say to myself, I was explaining it to him this. I said to Marino, he's 13. I said, dude, imagine this. Imagine you're a man. And you got a family, you got a wife, you got kids, and something like that. You're a white guy. And black people were in charge of everything. And they came in and said to your wife, you know what? That white guy husband of yours, he ain't shit.
Right.
And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to hand you housing.
And a check.
A check, food stamps, and I'm gonna ban him from living there in that house.
And that's what I'm. And wait a minute. And I'm gonna make sure that he's underemployed.
Underemployed. I'm gonna make sure the cops arrest him so he's got a record,
right?
So he can't get a job.
And then
I'm gonna do all that shit.
Wait a minute. And then just for shits and giggles, we gonna put him on child support And even if he's a great father outside of not having
You're
a lot
still
of
going
money.
to take half his check and hand it to you.
Right.
Now I said to Marino, I go, think about that. And I don't mean like I mean, think about your dad, John. That happened to him halfway in, a couple of kids into a marriage. Just close your eyes and think about that. Now imagine it's you doing that. If you're a white guy, put yourself in that, and realistically, don't sit here and go, well, I would take.
No,
that's
you
all
wouldn't.
bullshit.
Because if you're underemployed or underemployable, let me tell you something. Black men were doing just fine when they had trades in the schools, and even I'm gonna tell you something. These black women on CNN that get to be, I call them the organized anger of Black America. Organized Kamala Harris, not Kamala Harris, Simone Sanders, Angela Rye, what the other boy name is? Lemonade. Don Lemonade. They're the ones that they've chosen to be the new voice of Black America. Two gay men, two feminist black women, and whoever else they put up there, they out to destroy us. And if you ain't careful, Simone Sanders, Angela Rye, Don Lemonade, and the rest of these cats will be around here making you think you wrong to be a man. So I'm just gonna say this here. No, I will not give Sanders. I will give her no plate. Angela Rye can't get nothing else from me ever in life. And you did say that the immigrant struggle is the black struggle is the immigrant struggle. That's a lie too. We weren't immigrants. My great grandmother's family was already here when the white man came here. She was a Native American. She was a black woman. Black folk was already here when they got here. So they were the true natives. And then my other family came over as slaves, and you had Native Americans and slaves mating throughout. So that's how you get us in the blue. We should be getting paid twice. But they gave the money to those quote unquote Indians that look like them. The $5 Indians. So enough of that being said. Let's bring our guest on. What's going on, Jason? I'm sorry to keep you on holding.
No, it's okay, man. I'm listening to you, man. I'm digging it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Now, Jason, you my boy. You know you my boy. Jason is one of my comedy coaches. I call him. I tell you, one of the guys that when I as I'm starting out in this comedy thing, Jason is the guy that whenever I tell a good joke, Jason says, "Now, okay, that's good, but go deeper." I'm like, bro, I'm a shallow bastard, man. You gotta let me be shallow. Let me talk about a woman with a club foot in the cleft palate. I don't need to talk about the medical differences of this shit. I ain't that good, but he makes me go deeper in my joke, and I thank him for that. I got some good shit I've been writing down. I'm gonna, and rather than do a book, I think I'm gonna tell my comedy. I'm gonna use my comedy. I'm gonna tell my life story through my comedy. And I'm gonna talk about the fact I married a bitch with thumbs that didn't bend. She was fine as shit though. Her thumbs ain't bend. She didn't have these lines right here, John. You know the thumb is the digit lines in your thumb. She didn't have
She had the digit lines.
She didn't have the lines.
Oh, in her face?
Yeah, the John, like you see when you bend your thumb, you got a line that grows. All your fingers have this produced line right here.
So why didn't she have it?
Her thumbs didn't bend. Motherfucker, they ain't bend. They was just a bone in there. But she was. You remember the girl I married when I was Don King? Yeah, did my wife there? Yeah, fine, good. Why is it every girl that's fine that I mess with got something wrong with? Stroke victim, lazy eye, club foot. I'm telling you, they be the best. I'm like, this club foot bitch is fine. Why do I get
club feet?
Yeah.
Her foot look like a 9-iron.
Yeah. This bitch
Her
is
foot look like a putter.
a putter. This bitch is a hole-in-one type bitch. I'm just saying, why am I getting these kind of girls? I'm telling you. And the thing about it is we all gotta be real about it. Everybody got something that's off. I got fat thumbs. You know what I'm saying? I got real fat thumbs.
Your thumbs fat all the way through, or just near the nail part? Near the nail part. Knuckle? Near the nail part, okay.
Yeah, like my fingers been slammed in the door. I'm like, I got big. You know what I'm saying?
Fred Flintstone.
I got Ben Grimm. I had like Ben Grimm, the thing of Fantastic Four. I wear a 10.5 ring, dude. My ring is for a guy that's 240 pounds. And I'm a small guy, but no, Jason, we gonna talk a little bit.
Yeah.
And for all my people out there that's watching, all of you streamers, John gonna man those. Hey, YouTube, can you see the YouTube feed?
Hold on a second.
Make sure you pull the YouTube feed up so we can ask questions and we can respond.
Yeah,
to
let's
them.
get this feed going. Let's open it up to the fans, man. Open it up to them, you know?
Thank you, Ron Bashir, man. Thank you so much. Listen, Ron Bashir is a friend of mine on Facebook. This guy is the nephew, I think he's the great nephew of Carl Bashir from the movie Men of Honor.
The sailor.
Yeah. And dude, that movie makes me cry every time I see it because I know what it feels like to want to do something that somebody tell you can't do. And for me, I'm just so blessed to have him on my page. But I want you guys to chime in tonight. Hey, what's going on, Wilford? All right. Can you marry white and still talk black? I want you to. That's a hard one in the black community. Cause, dude, if you,
I'm gonna answer that question for you. The answer, hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm living proof.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
But can you really mean it?
Of course, because listen, who you marry does not take away the problems and issues you face. If I'm driving by myself and I get pulled over or something, they're not gonna say, "Oh, he's married to a white woman, let him go." They're gonna do the same shit to me they'll do to you. If they gonna do something at all. You dig what I'm saying?
Right, I dig. But I'm asking because growing up in a family with a grandmother who was mixed, her daddy was white. She made the statement, just because you sleep black don't mean you ain't racist, and she meant that. And
that's true. That's true too.
And I'm asking because at the end of the day, we got people agreeing with it. You know what I'm saying? It says pull it back up big right there. It says depends if you keep it real. If they expect them to be the way that okay, basically you got to be able to speak your mind. And a lot of times a lot of black men who marry white women of white. I'm gonna give you an example. Black men they totally sell out and they stop. They go straight Clarence Thomas on us. And come on,
yeah,
man.
You got those too. You got those fights too. You know what I'm. But don't forget though, Clarence Thomas had our backing when he was nominated to be a Supreme Court justice. Because remember, Anita Hill came out, a black woman that said something went on, and the black community had his backing 100%.
Right. But you know
what?
I think,
and we had his backing 100%. Now he's the biggest sellout in the world to us.
Right.
We got to unpack that one too. What happened with that? I don't know.
What about Obama? What about Obama? Shit, we made him president. Okay.
That's another one.
Okay, but wait a minute. I'm gonna show you another example of somebody that sells out. That sells out on the people. Eve. You ever notice how Eve does black men? Eve fuck over black men bad. I'm like, God damn. Chris Brown get
how so?
She gets accused.
With Eve.
Chris Brown gets married the white boy that look like he her great granddaddy over there, the billionaire. And I ain't mad at her for coming up get your money, boo boo. I ain't mad if you chase your bag. But Eve messed around and when Chris Brown had the rape charge come up, she called him all kind of names. I'm like, hold on, bitch. Wait a minute. Did you suck Stevie J dick? I'm just saying.
Wow. But you never know though. That could have been personal at that time. Who knows?
But no, this here recently. This recently, the last few weeks. Then she comes back and apologizes.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I'm
saying something could have happened with them years ago. Who knows?
I mean, but sometimes you got to keep your mouth closed about that kind of stuff. I felt like this.
Agreed.
Right, because one thing I know, boy, bro, as you can very well see from last time you saw me, a brother ain't got to rape no bra. They in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm me at this age, and they still handling. They still willing to give brothers some time. I'm saying so. We ain't gotta rape no chicks. That's one thing I know about men. It's hard for you to make me believe that a guy that's on top of his game like Chris Brown got to rape a broad. Now I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that where it is. So I feel like you got sellouts on both sides. I just don't let me keep talking about Harry Belafonte. But my thing is this: I don't care how black you talk. If your wife or husband ain't black and you black, it's hard for me to pretty much put too much stock in what you're saying unless you're throwing rocks at the chain game. You got to do extra shit. Now, you got to prove to me that you really about this dirt. You know what I'm saying? You got to carry the dope and the gun.
So what would somebody have to do to prove it to you?
You got to carry the dope and the gun.
You got to carry the package and the hammer, huh? You got to be ready to do life.
Yeah, you got to be willing.
But hold on, no, because there's a lot of black dudes that date black women that will tell that you got the dope in the gun.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm saying?
I don't trust them. I don't trust them, nigga. I don't trust them.
What?
I don't trust many of these cats out here now. I think they're raising a different brand of man now too, and for that reason.
No, Snitches. I mean, Snitches been around forever, man.
But they don't
you know
get
what I'm saying? And they date everybody.
They don't get stitches no more. They get parades. Shit, I'm just saying. You know,
snitches get riches, man.
Yeah,
you know,
snitches get riches now.
Yeah,
snitches get riches. They used to get stitches, now they get riches. And I'm asking this question because you seem to be very happy with your wife, and she seems to be a very laid back lady. And I've never met her personally, but I know that you are happy.
You did meet her when I came down to the gym down there. You did meet her in the gym.
Did. I met her.
And we went out to lunch. See this shit you pulling? You're not going to do this to me tonight.
I'm sorry. I forgot I met her. I forgot. I got so many of you Negroes with white wives. It's hard. It's kind of blurry. It's blurry. I'm like, you Negroes got these white girls. Man. I have to watch you niggas, man. I get it. Look, John David got one. You got, hey, I'm just saying I forgot. and my thing is, I've come to the point that people going to marry who they marry. And for me, as for me and my pecker, it's gonna be dipped in chocolate. That's just where I'm at in my life. I aim to keep it that way. I want to knock off a girl that look like if you put her against a wall, she's like a hallway. I want her in my life. I want a bitch so black if she lay on white sheets like a hole in the spread. I need a bitch that black.
But you know, Nate, though, real talk though, you never know when and how lightning strikes. You dig what I'm saying?
No,
you just never know.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If lightning strike me, I'm not gonna go back that way again because I was always taught if you get struck twice by lightning, you don't survive the second time. I'm just me. Look, I believe.
So you had an encounter with a white woman, then I'm guessing.
Oh, I had a white girl call me a nigga. And you can tell.
No, I'm talking about a relationship. You had a relationship.
I never had a relationship. No relationship, but I had a white girl call me a nigga. But I'm like. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't always as enlightened as I am, so I can really be honest about this. I had a white girl give me a blowjob and call me a nigga afterwards. I'm like, bitch, you was just sucking my dick 20 minutes ago, and she didn't say nigga.
Well, you know.
And she was a Sicilian girl. That you can tell there was somebody black in the family. You know what I mean? Because she looked like her skin, like she had yellow jaundice, because she was kind of mixed looking, but her hair was a little straighter than natural. But if you threw water on it,
it'll curl up on you.
Yeah, but she was a few shades lighter than you, but to me she was white. You know what I'm saying? And especially when she stayed out in the sun, she could actually get a tan. And I'm like, this bitch called me a nigga, and she didn't say nigga, she said nigger. She put the R's on it like she was from
okay. Let's break this down. What was that nigger in reference to?
I don't give a damn what it was for, bitch. You don't get to call me nigga.
Well, I just don't understand how she go from giving you a blowjob to just calling you a nigga.
She wanted to be my girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was like, well, she was talking about being the woman, being the one. Hold on, bitch. I mean, I ain't saying hold on, bitch, but I was thinking it. I'm like, hold on, bitch. I mean, we just handled our business. You came in my room to hook me up. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. And things went sideways from there. You'll never.
Okay. See, now I'm getting the backstory. Now it's starting to make a little sense to me.
Oh, so I'm a nigga. So it's good for her to call me nigga because I wouldn't be her boyfriend?
You remember what the most
No,
searched
I didn't say
terms
that.
were?
I'm talking about the backstory on your point of view.
The most searched words in porn in 2018 when it's women looking at porn. What's the number one search term for
Niggas
women?
with big dicks. White women search niggas with big
Big
dicks.
black dick.
Big dick.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
number
that's it.
one search term for
That's
women.
it.
You joking? That's the number one search.
That's the
Search term for women.
for women searching
men
for men first. And then it's black guys. It's
And with guys, it's white women.
white women.
White women.
White women.
Lesbian white women.
Yeah. I don't understand. I'm just saying.
You
So-
don't say it.
But
That's crazy, man.
But you go ahead, use that in your jokes tonight. I'm gonna use it in mine. But the serious.
No, y'all got that one.
The sad seriousness of it is that we as a people, black women feel betrayed by the black man. I had somebody tell me yesterday that black men marry 24%. They marry outside their race 24%. I said that's a lot. Black men marry outside their race about 15%, and it's still more than black women. But it's a lot of times those black women have shunned. These are black men that have been shunned by black women. These black men are considered to be cornballs, squares, this, that, and other. And those black men then go out, get an education, and then they marry white women thinking they did something. A lot of times it's to get back at black women. A lot of times it's because they don't want to put up with what they consider to be attitude. But I'm like, dude, I deal with all that on a daily basis. Attitude and all these things. But I still love black women. My mama black. My daughter's black.
Dude, who gave you that stat?
Girl named.
Okay, there's the stat right
There it is.
Black men, 1986%, 16% 2008. Marry outside of the ring.
She said 2008, as of 2017 or 18, we married 24%. Black men, 24% of black men married. 24% of black men marry outside their race, which I doubt. I seriously doubt. And then she get talking about black men with money. Jason, you ain't got no money. You are alright.
So it ain't about that. You know, you just got to do what you do and be who you are. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even say the successful money trap thing in my situation.
Right. So my thing is,
It's just,
what made you choose to marry the woman you married opposed to any other of the black girls you married? Help me understand that.
all right, let me take you down this street. So we were going out, and it was the second week we were going out, and she invited me to her house. She was cooking dinner, and I told my friend, I
Hold
said,
on, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute. What was she cooking?
You said what?
What was she cooking? Do you remember?
What was she cooking? Pasta with bolognese sauce.
Okay, so it was a season.
Italian.
Was it season?
Italian.
Yeah, was it season?
It was seasoned.
Okay.
It was very well seasoned, man.
Okay,
It was seasoned. It had enough salt and pepper and garlic and all that.
I'm
And
asking,
I
I'm
ate
just
one thing of hot sauce for me.
Okay.
Keeping it 100.
Carry on.
And I told my boy about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to a girl house today and she cooking dinner. And he was like, she cooks? I was like, yeah, damn. Why you sound so shocked about it? He's like, she cooks? And he seemed so shocked about it. He's like, man, you might need to keep her. Because, you know, chicks nowadays don't cook, don't boom, 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 boom. So, you know, I always kept that in the back of my mind.
Right.
But as I got to know her, I saw more and more qualities about her that I liked, that I wanted in a woman. More and more qualities every time. She didn't go out and party. She didn't drink too much. She didn't do this kind of crazy shit, that kind of crazy shit. She understood my crazy shit. Huh?
She couldn't twerk. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm asking.
Yeah. And you know, we just clicked. She understand my brand of crazy. I understand her brand of crazy.
Right. And just so y'all know, Jason is a very, very well respected comedian. He out here in these streets and doing his thing.
What's Jason's last name? I'm sorry to catch you.
Cross. Jason Cross.
Jayson Cross. Jayson Cross. C-R-O-S-S.
And I asked that question because I need for us to be very evident about, because did you marry her because you could walk all over her?
No, hell no. I wouldn't even want to be with a woman I could walk all over. Boring, and you don't grow that way. If you're with someone you can walk all over, how are you going to grow? Because you put yourself in a narrow range because you're never going to be challenged. I like being challenged.
Exactly. I get
Like
what you're saying.
that's why I really wanted to do this interview with you, because I like being challenged, because it makes me dig deep,
Right.
get that truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, we gonna be honest with each other. And I'm a staunch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jayson is as militant as any other black dude I've ever met. I mean,
Probably more.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you're more, but you militant. Yeah, Jayson says, but Jayson is Jayson is the black guy that's about accountability. Black folk being accountable for black folk, and I respect that. And I respect that because he doesn't allow black folk to ever get so caught up in what the white man's doing or what white people are doing, opposed to what we're doing as a counterbalance to what they're doing. Okay, if you see them doing this, what are you doing to offset that? If you feel like I'm married a white woman, how many brothers out there are marrying black women and building successful marriages? It should be a lot more, because we gotta, whatever it is, he is always about self-evaluation, and I like that. I do like that. And I mean, other than the fact that Jayson's married to a white woman, you wouldn't know he's married to a white woman if he didn't tell you he was married to a white woman. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, I want people to understand that Jayson is all about black accountability. He's all about black people being accountable. So I further say this: with all that you deal with on a daily basis, who gives you the hardest time about being married to your white wife? Is it white men, white women, or black women, or black men? Which one?
Who asks the most questions is usually black men. White women never really hear anything about it from them. White dudes that never hear anything about it from them. Black women never. But black men, have questions. But because it's like, people think being a revolutionary, they want to wear their revolutionary uniform. They think it's a uniform and a set thing you have to be a revolutionary or to be woke, so to speak. But most of those guys are usually found to be fake woke, because it's like this, right? It's like this. You have to be who you're gonna be. And I'll give you a great example. Say Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day is coming up.
Right.
So every guy gives their girls roses. And if a guy doesn't give his girls roses, she usually gets mad. But I say to myself, if everyone else is doing it, why would you want a guy to give you a rose? That means he's not even thinking. He's just doing this shit, he's like a drone almost.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. He's doing it.
He's like a drone.
He's doing it because it's what you say he's supposed to do.
Because it's what's expected. It's what he's supposed to do. So is it really something coming from the heart? Or is he just doing it because he's supposed to do? He could not give a fuck and give you roses. And that's my thing with being revolutionary, being conscious, is that people want to appear to be it, but not really be it. So these people, they talk a lot of that revolutionary shit and black power shit, but then I ask them, I'm like, what do you do? What have you done? Have you helped somebody go through college? No. Have you helped somebody out of jail? No. Have you helped kids read and do this and that? No. So then how in the fuck are you a revolutionary? You just talk very aggressively, but that's it.
Right.
You're just wearing a uniform, but you're not a real soldier. And that's what I find out with a lot of these guys. They're wearing the woke uniform, the conscious uniform, but they're not really soldiering with this shit.
Right. So you believe that in your hearts of hearts that you can sleep white and talk black.
Yep, it's all about your actions.
Okay, now wait a minute.
It's all about your actions.
Wait a
because
minute.
a lot of people talk black but think white.
Right. But
think about that.
But let's go deeper. Haha, that sounds familiar.
Let's go deeper.
Let's go deeper. Right now, the shit hit the fan right now. Right now, the shit hit the fan right now. And whites fighting blacks
Let's
in the
go,
street.
brother.
Whites fighting blacks in the street. Where do you side?
Depends on what the fight is on. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
we're fighting.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, man. We can't be on ignorant shit like this. If we see whites and blacks,
We ain't
No,
talking
what
about
I'm saying is,
we talking about the
you
revolution.
gotta listen.
The
You
revolution
gotta
pops
listen.
off.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen. If you see whites and blacks fighting in the street, I don't know. Somebody might have tried to rob somebody. Somebody might try to jump somebody. Somebody might have tried to kill somebody. Somebody might try to rape somebody. So you mean just a basic situation?
No.
I see a crowd of people fight.
No.
Do I know why they're fighting?
I
You got
mean,
to
the
give me
revolution
definitive
starts.
reason.
The revolution starts today. They're trying to put black folk back in cages.
See, that's a dumb question though. It's self-preservation.
I gotta ask the
I'm gonna do what I gotta do to. I'm gonna
gotta
do what
ask
I gotta
the
do to protect myself. Like,
Right.
come on, dog.
But
That's a dumb question.
No, it's not a dumb question. Because I know some. I've heard. I heard a woman say, "I'm so glad." She said, "I'm glad that slavery happened because now I know Jesus." I might have been a praising. I'm telling you, we had a lady right here in Jacksonville who's on the city council that said that. Remember that? So we know where she gonna be standing. I'm asking that question.
Okay, it makes sense. I get what you're saying. On the side of self-preservation, everybody's on the side of self-preservation. Well, most people should be on the side of their own self-preservation. But do I want to hurt someone unnecessarily? Hell no.
Nobody wants to.
Do I want to? Yeah, it makes no sense. But I thought you were talking about it just a general fight on the street. I
was trying to straighten it all out.
You don't know what people do to people to start that fight. So I'm not just gonna jump on someone's side just so they look like me. They could have been the aggressors and started some bullshit.
Right, I get that. I'm talking about. It
comes down to me. They basically about fairness and balance.
Okay.
Fairness and balance with everything. You got to have a balance. And the reason I think a lot of revolutionary people take it too far because the scales have been tipped so far against us for the last 400 or 500 years that we're trying to balance it out.
Right.
And I think we don't know how to balance it out.
Well,
none of us.
There's really no way for us to balance it out. It's a dreadful thought process that we are teetering at the edge of a very bad situation right now. And
man, we've been teetering on the edge.
We've been
It's a
teetering on
bad
the edge.
situation.
We have.
Like I told you when we had this conversation last week when we discussed the show. I said, black people, we have a cancer, and we're only addressing and treating the side effects. We're not treating the underlying ailment. We're treating side effects. We're treating, interracial relationships. We're treating hair weaves and this. We're treating religious things. We're not treating the cancer that's causing all these problems. And that's why it's not being cured or hasn't been cured to this point.
I don't think that many black folk really I don't think they really, you know what? If you talk to most black folk, they really don't know what the issue is. They really don't get what the issue really is. They don't get that racism, white supremacy is the issue. How does the smallest group on the planet run so much and the largest group on the planet run so little and is so disenfranchised? Because they're organized.
And it's easy, and it's an easy thing to cure. Plain old unity. Do for self. Start businesses. You don't have to hurt nobody. You start your business. You keep your money in your community. You do these things. You don't have to go out. We don't have to go out and hurt anyone. We need to protect ourselves if we have to, but you don't have to hurt anybody. You don't have to hate anybody. You can love who you want to love and still be who you want to be. Because I like to see this question flipped. No one ever asked the white women, can they talk white and be married to a black man? Because they have balance.
No, they don't.
Have you ever heard that shit before?
I'm going to give you one. White women.
Unless she's dating a hooper, a basketball player or some shit, then people know. But I mean, come on. Come on, man.
I disagree that white women, the same standards for black men and for the same standards for white women are the standard of beauty. Let's get that established in this.
No, what I'm saying is they don't get the same scrutiny as a black male would.
Listen, because we can go round and round about that because I agree with you in a lot of ways on that.
Show me one podcast or radio show saying, "Can you be a white woman and date black and still talk white?" They ain't doing it
because they're the
onus is always on us,
right?
Because there's no balance.
There can't be balance because we've been taught through the eyes of Europeans how to be. We can't be through the eyes of through black eyes. everything we see is always going to be through the eyes of a white lens, through that of a white lens. If you pull up,
Yes, through European contacts, of course.
Yeah, do me a favor, John. Pull up, beautiful women.
Oh yeah, I already know what's gonna come up. We did that search in a while. Listen, Nate, I gotta run and get on stage.
Do your thing, man. Thank you so much.
In about 20 minutes, I'm gonna call you back after I get off stage.
Right.
We're gonna unpack this.
All right, cool.
I'll call you back after my show.
Cool. But at the
All right,
end of
brother.
the day,
Later.
if you disagree or you agree, it really doesn't, for the most part, matter how we feel. People are gonna marry who they marry. I still have a hard time, and I love Jayson. Jayson, my dude. I have a hard time believing you can marry white and talk black, because at the end of the day, you still just.
There's your Google
Yeah,
search.
there you go. Google search beautiful women. The first.
There you go.
Every picture they show is of a white woman. Then you got Lupita down here, but she's surrounded by white women. And the 4 pictures
It's
say.
all look. I'm gonna roll till I see somebody actually black.
Right, that was about up there. That was about right there.
No, I mean somebody. Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there.
Who is that?
I don't know who it is, but
Top
Lupita.
African countries with the most.
Well, okay, if you go up a little higher, I saw Lupita, and Lupita right on the right hand side. There, you see?
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
But that was like
But that's a
collage.
right there, she's next to Marilyn Monroe
and 2 other women,
Yeah.
white women. But my thing is, I'm trying to get people to understand something. The standard of beauty in this country is white. This is a white country. They've made this country white, and the standard of beauty throughout the world is white. So I believe that because black women, if you look up handsome men, and because the standard is white, we've been so long made to believe that we're ugly or we're less than.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, that we're ugly. There you go.
Gay men, they're all gay.
There you go. There you go. But I'm just like before. Just like before, I'm looking for a black guy. Shit, it's even harder. It's even harder to find a black guy among handsome men. I mean,
Still going.
I'm still going. We still ain't seen a black guy. Not even blackish. They ain't even got. Okay, there you go.
Where?
Right there in the middle.
Oh, there you go. Zimbabwe's 10 most handsome men.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe.
And this Will Smith made the list.
You see how far down he is?
Yeah,
He's 150 men down.
Yeah. And then you start picking up some black guys, Jamie Foxx and so my thing is, I need for you guys to really get what I'm saying. The imagery that we are faced with on a daily basis is that we're not. Dude, let me tell you something. Fuck what you heard. There will be no fashion without black men and women. There'll be no sexy without black men and women. You take black folk off the tree, you got flat booties all over the world. You take black men and women off the tree, you got fun, you got square backs all over the world. You take black men and women off the tree, you got some uncooked chicken all over the fucking world. I don't care what you say. The problem is beauty and refinements all came out of Africa. We was doing this model shit way back in the kingdoms even before Cleopatra. We've been doing this. We've been. It's bad that we've fallen so far, allowed ourselves to be so misunderstood or misrepresented that we don't get where we are as people, and we don't love who we are because we're such beautiful people, and there's such a melodic tone to us. Our walk, our flavor, the way we say stuff. Look, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I got real geeky, and I made a statement. We run these words together. Sometimes we even put no words together. Nobody can put words together like a black man and woman can. The way we say things, the way we do things, the way we act. It's just something beautiful about the way we carry ourselves. We took a language that ain't ours and gave it flavor. We gave a music. We made a music out of a struggle. We made music out of struggle, and for us to be put in this position to not be able to be seen as beautiful, dude. True beauty I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never seen a white girl fine as a black girl to me in real life that ain't have no black girl in the family, and that's just me being real. You got some cute ones. They're alright, but if we gonna have this conversation, Ain't nothing as beautiful as a black woman. They age better. Come on now, John. You don't see some white women that age like buttermilk. I'm telling you.
Black don't crack. Spanish don't vanish.
Yeah.
Asian ain't Caucasian, but white becomes a fright.
I ain't saying.
Just remember that shit.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you.
I saw a picture of a white woman, and they said, "I'm gonna show you what the girl name is." Do me a favor. Pull up the chick that works for Trump, the Sanders, Hines.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Huckabee Sanders. Pull up Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I want y'all to pull up Sarah Huckabee. We finna have a little fun tonight. I'm gonna help y'all understand it. I want you to tell me how old she is.
I don't know, but she got some city miles.
Yeah. Them ain't no highway miles.
She got some city miles, man. Look at that one.
All right.
That right in the middle.
Find out how old she is. Boy, look at her. She like she had a stroke, don't she? She like a fucking stroke victim. Look at her.
I'll tell you one thing though. She does a great job of defending this guy. Man.
Yeah.
Like if I get arrested,
she got a face
that's
made for.
The
She
chick
got
I want right there.
She got a face made for radio. You hear me? Look at that face. She looked like she be hitting the face with a sack of nickels. You hear me? How old is she? Tell me how old.
I don't know, man. Hang on, I'll tell
Google
you.
age. Y'all, we finna have a little fun with this tonight. You couldn't have a sister look like that and get the same job she got. You gotta be Condoleezza Rice had perm issues. I'm just saying, y'all mad at me for being the only one to tell the truth in this thing. I want to show y'all the standard of beauty now. And not saying this, I'm just showing you how the age is.
She's born in 82, so what does that make her? 35, 38?
40, 36. That motherfucker 36. Have you used okay, pull up Beyonce. I think they're around the same age. I'm gonna have a hard time with this one. It's finna go down ugly wrong sideways, hear me? It's finna go down. Woo-hoo. And I think they're the same age. How old is Beyonce? And I'm using Beyonce because I'm just using her.
She was born in, oops. Where is she?
Come on, there she.
Media. 3 kids.
81. Okay.
She's 37. She's a year older.
She's a year older. Okay. Can you find me a picture of Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Find me a picture of her. Her name is ugly. Huckabee. Everybody like, can you imagine when her dad wasn't her dad that was running for president? You are with your Huckabee. Really, bro? You went here first, then went to the other stuff. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Black folks. Well, I'm breaking the rules. I mean French fries because I'm hungry. Don't want meat. Really ain't supposed to have starch, but I'm eating. But he brought me some. Boy, I tell you, boy, you are Sarah Huckabee Sanders ugly right now. Well, put them side by side. I'm gonna get John to put y'all a side by side view of what a 37-year-old black woman look like, opposed to a 36-year-old white woman.
Oh, hang on.
And the standard of beauty is. I had to tell somebody. Let me tell you something. You show me one picture of one of those women that are considered stars, that are without makeup. They are not cute.
Alicia Keys is. She doesn't wear any makeup.
Well, she's not white. She's black. She's blackish.
Oh. Okay.
You just made my point.
She's hot every time now. No makeup.
I mean, and I'm not knocking white women. I'm not knocking white women at all. Because you have beautiful women throughout the world. But dude, since when did white women get these? Dude, now, there you go. There you have it. There it is, people. There we have a Beyonce on the left.
At 37.
At 37. And a Sanders Huckabee. And Huckabee has on makeup, by the way. Well. Ooh. Even Omarosa at the bottom. Go down. Omarosa, who go back up. Go down. There you go.
Oh.
side by side, Omarosa is aging better. Look at, yeah. This is.
Listen, I don't think there was a point in Sarah Huckabee Sanders' life where she was cute.
No, I think she was ugly, baby.
I
swear to God, she was ugly. She been ugly since day one childbirth. And
Hey,
I know
listen,
y'all mad at me for saying that, but somebody gotta say it. That y'all keep talking about the standard of beauty as white women, and no offense, and black women, and I feel like black women become offended by that. And for that reason, when you brothers go out chasing these white women, you further offend them. And then that gives them reason to be angry. Because they should. They birthed you. They have. Come on, let's be honest. I'm not saying black women. I don't get with all that. They the most this, the most that. I feel like black men and women are both taken advantage of and dogged out.
That was her younger. That's in her 20s.
Well, you know what? She had a chance. She did have a chance.
Had a fighting chance.
She had a fighting chance, but she lost. I'm just saying.
Shit took a left turn at Albuquerque, man.
Yeah, left turn, yeah. Something's rotten in Denmark. I just want you to know that. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is when we, as black men, step back and choose outside of our race, and then we go get these baboon-faced white women. I'm being honest with you, John. You, dude, 2 or 3 of these chicks look like Reese's Monkeys in the face. And then you go get these bad body, bad built, sweat hog shaped, linebacker stomach. I'm talking look like a defensive lineman for the Minnesota Vikings out the 70s. Purple people eaters. You go get one of them and then you bring her home to your beautiful black mama in front of your beautiful black sister and your beautiful black auntie. How do you think that makes the women that gave you life feel? And I'm being honest. I'm speaking from a place that my mama said I couldn't bring them. She said if you can't use your comb, you can't bring her home. That was pretty much what my mama told me. My mama pretty much let me know out the gate that my mama southern. My mama had been called nigga before by a white person. My mama was born in the 50s. My dad was born in the 40s. My mama told me one time, she said every cracker I ever run across done me wrong. I said, mama. She said them crackers killed my daddy. And I looked at her, I said, huh? Granddaddy had a heart attack because they worked him to death. I said, ooh, white folk can't get a win with mama. So for years, my mama had my daughters thinking that white people literally killed my granddaddy, my daddy. And my daughters would say, oh, the white folk killed my granddaddy. I said, no, your granddaddy had my grandmama said they killed him. And they was about that life. But what I'm saying is, we have been made to believe that our black women are second best, or the second best, the third best, the fourth best. I'm here to let you know that I think black women, and I need to say this. When I make statements, when I say black women, I don't mean all black women. I be meaning them feminists, them bullshitters. I don't never mean the black women that are down for the black men when I be hauling off and getting in their ass. I'm talking about these ones that are bringing the bullshit full circle in the life of black men and destroying black men and want to look down on black men because they educated and they live in a house that's worth 6-7 figures and they think that make them better than black men and they good without black men. I can't wait for shit to pop off because I told you I'm watching them be defiled in the streets. I'm not coming to your aid. I'm telling you, I'm not laying my life down for just any old thing. I'm laying my life down for black women that are profitable to the struggle. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm willing to die for that. But the problem is, too many of us black men have been told that black women got attitudes. And it ain't they got attitudes, dude, they can see. They can see how they're treated in the streets. They can see how they're treated in their own neighborhoods. They can see how the men that should love them treat them. And that goes both ways, but right now I'm talking about black women. Black women, they see and they feel and they understand what it's like to be shot upon by the men that's supposed to love them. And I think that we as men must do better to make black women know that we love them, we adore them, we'll stand with them. Look, we're going to fight for you, we're going to protect you, we're going to support you, we're going to validate you. We got to be willing to do that, because at the end of the day, if the black woman disappears, the black man disappears. And with that being said, black woman, if the black man disappears, the black woman does disappear. And I don't want to see us disappear. I want to see us together, loving each other, admonishing each other, building each other, strengthening each other. I want to see it. And I know a lot of black women I know black women that do that, but I'm gonna help you understand something. For as much as y'all think y'all know women that do, I know a lot of women that don't. I know a lot of women that don't, and because they don't, we always focus on the ones that don't, because the men are out here fucking up. We focus on the men that are messing up. Let's stop playing up the bad part of our society, our community, in our community. Let's start playing up. Let's start reaching out and talking about the good folk. Let's start reaching out and talking about those folk that mean us good. You know, somebody from 702 number called me at 812. I want y'all to call back in. And at the end of the day, I want people to get what I'm saying and understand that in the midst of what we're doing and what we're dealing with as a people, it's only going to be fixed by UNITY. You know, unity is the only way to fix what we're going through. We got to get back to having unity. I'm gonna tell you right now, black women. Any black man tell you that you ain't this or you ain't that, come holler at me. I'm single. I'm looking to fill on you. I'm telling you right now. As long as you don't call me too on. But I joke about that, but I mean it. I think that we got to start mentally letting black women know. Black women should be able to look at us and feel safe. A black woman should feel safe on a black man even if she never met him. It's got to get back to that. It's got to get back to us being so unified that just because she ain't your cup of tea as a woman, she is still a black woman. We should be out here getting it. Now, I keep saying, every black woman I ain't going to protect, because they have already told me they don't need no man, and I want to make sure they get that. No man. I want to make sure that if you say you don't need no man, okay, I'm going to make sure we leave you alone. I'm not going to bother you. Not me. I'm not going to lay down my life for you. Because if you don't need a man, then I need for a woman to understand. Black men, problem is they don't feel like they need it anymore. And I'm speaking from a lot of black men don't feel like they're needed anymore. And I don't mean financial need. I mean needed. And in a sense that you want to be with us, in a sense that you need us around. I think that the system has made so many black women believe that they can do it on their own. And I want them to keep thinking that and keep doing it on their own. Because I made a statement the other day. I said, here's the problem with gay they don't mind gay men being together, two black men being together, because they're not afraid of them. And they don't particularly care. They're not worried about two black women being together, because when they do go in and kill off them gay black men, that's two women in one house they can have their way with. So your problem is, if you are not building one another, if you are not strengthening one another in the black community, male and female, get away from each other. Leave each other alone. Now, and I don't knock the gay community. I just say it ain't for me. I got a lot of friends that are gay. I just want to be known that just because it ain't for me don't mean I'm against you. I'm just not out here gonna be marching with no rainbow sign. I want you to be happy. You should experience the same misery that everybody else experiences. You should experience the same divorce, the same debauchery that goes on in relationships that we deal with. I want you to be happy in your misery, just like I have had to learn to be happy in mine.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to change the topic a little bit. I'll put it up on the screen here. A guy by the name of Christophe St. John died this week. So there's a lot going on because I follow Mia and I talk with her and I know her from the boxing days and stuff. And she's got a real issue going on, and it's you know, I don't know her well enough to pick up the phone and call her. I've talked with her a few times. She was she fought for Don King, and I know her on Facebook, and I've chatted with her and stuff like that. But she got a real struggle going on, a real cause going on with this. Her son died like 3 years ago in a mental hospital, and they left a plastic bag in there when they knew he was on suicide, and he killed himself. And it's, when you when your child, your son, your daughter, anyone is put into a mental, you expect that to be the most
safest place in the world.
Safest place in the world, and apparently the father was pretty distraught, and he I don't know if it was intentional suicide, but he had alcohol poisoning, it looks like, and he found him dead last week.
He drank
and
himself.
now Mia just tweeted saying that she's being held against her will, that's what's blowing up the internet right now. They I'm not sure if they committed her or they did something, but
she's remarried though.
No, she's not remarried. She got a boyfriend. The guy's like a plastic surgery guy or something like that.
Right.
But I mean, she's constantly.
I know Mia.
But
I know Mia very well.
but
she's a great woman.
But they
Good person.
but man, just awful what's happened to her. I mean, for all the charmed life that she's had, the tragedy is just tremendous. I can't imagine having your child, and it's an issue. Like literally, like 40% of the of stuff that happens to you in the hospital goes bad. In a mental hospital, your son dies because he commits suicide because somebody left a plastic bag, an item that you can kill yourself with,
right.
And that's exactly what the kid did. And she's been fighting for his rights, and they've kind of got nowhere with it. From what I've read, I've stayed very up to date with it, read it. She's been very public about it. The father there who was on the Young and Restless for a long time, like 30 years.
He was a heartthrob,
and he was totally distraught from it, from what I understand.
Yeah, he
from
was.
What I read
heard
from
that
her.
He was
awful.
It totally broke him.
Yeah, broke him.
It broke him.
Right.
He loved his son.
Yeah,
he loved his son. It was.
Speaking of black men and their families, and that man was so attached to his son and so close to his son. He took us. He tweeted 3 weeks ago. He said he retweeted a tweet that said, your anguish only begins when your child is taken, and it only ends when you join your child in heaven. That's what he retweeted 2 weeks ago.
Right, and I'll be honest with you. My daughter just joined the line. If my daughters, listen. My mother died December 2nd, 2016. I was en route coming back from Thailand, and my daughter Jasmine called me and told me they didn't think she was gonna make it. And I always end up talking to my middle daughter Janae, who was the balance in the family of my girls. And she told me the grandmama didn't make it, and I began to console her. But I could deal with that because that was the natural order of things.
Right.
A parent is never supposed to bury a child.
Right.
It's not the natural order of things in life.
And I don't know about you, but that single thing, me dying, not my biggest fear.
No.
Them dying is number one on the list, right? Nothing else.
I wouldn't. My grandkids. Oh my God.
Oh, my grandchildren.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh
now.
my God. Oh my God. The thought of
it's terrorizing, right?
It's mortifying.
So when I see this, when I see what happened to her, I say,
and I feel so bad for her. And I want to call her.
Yeah.
I think I want to call her and just say, hey, if you need me, if you need us over here on this side, to, send great energy to you, our vibes. I mean, Mia's always been respectful and kind to me. We were in Mexico together. I was actually training a girl that she was getting ready to fight. I was there working with the girl she was getting ready to fight, and I was getting ready to go home with the next day or so. Tamaulipas, New Mexico. Well, Tamaulipas, Mexico, in that province. But wow, there are no words that can be put out there. Listen, as a parent, we carry our kids all the way that they cannot carry themselves, and in turn, our children then carry us the rest of the way we cannot carry ours, and that is the natural order of things. They carry us to they carry us to the morgue, and they carry us to the graveyard. That is what is supposed to happen. That is the natural order of life. And I sit and I look. Wow, Mia was so young.
Yeah.
This was way before Mia, the Golden Girl.
Yeah.
Came
That's
in
the '90s, right there.
Yeah.
That's he was 24 when he died, and he died in 2015. So.
Yeah. And this is almost 4. It's been a hard listen. This man has been agonizing since 2015 with the death of his son.
Right.
And
yeah,
I just don't know. I know Christophe St. John from. I know him from Young and the Restless for years. He was like that
Since like 1980 or something. He was
I remember
on
when
it?
he was like one of the first black guys on soaps.
Well, he won 9 Emmys, a whole bunch, Black Image Awards, like 9 or 10, something like that. I just
He was
read all
that
the
guy.
stats on him.
He was like that dude. He was that dude.
Yeah.
He was one of the higher paid black actors rather, on soaps, and he was.
And all that stuff and the death of his son had him so distraught that he
Drank himself.
drank himself to death, and that just tells you how
painful it was.
Oh my God!
And we
It's just-
we don't know what people are going through. I have so many guys that they ask me how did I make it. I'm like, dude, I didn't make it. I didn't make it standing up. I crawled to where I am because I went through so much. I crawled to where I am. This guy won. Look how many times he won Emmys.
NAACP Image Award ever in 97, 98, 99.
Go back up top. Go up top. You got to go way up for when he started. He won. He was nominated for the first one in 85. He was nominated again in 90. Go up. He was nominated again in 91. He won in 92. He was unnominated in 93. Won in 93. He won in 94, 95, 96, 97. Nominated in 98, 99. Won in 2003. He's been nominated just about every year.
Yeah.
So
you know what? You would look at it on paper and say, "God, a charmed
Perfect
life,"
life,
but he must have been so distraught from his son. I don't wish that on anyone.
I wouldn't.
And now Mia has to bury another family member. I read her tweets. This is her tweet right here. Just in case you wanted to read it, this is the tweet that came out. It said, "I'm being held against my will. I'm not suicidal. Yet the hospital at Christophe St. John 1 knew he was suicidal and let him go. The one my son was neglected and falsified records." She's got a real case against these guys because the guy died in their custody, and you're supposed to be. When someone's mentally incapacitated, it's the same as him being knocked out on an operating table.
Right.
You're completely
You're
responsible
complete
for their
control
life. You left a plastic bag in the guy's cell, and they falsified the records about checking on him every 15 minutes. When they went back and subpoenaed the records, guess what they found out? Nobody had checked on him for 2-3 hours. He was dead for like 3 hours in his cell, and he was on suicide watch, should have been left, and they left a plastic bag in his cell and didn't check him. I mean,
wow. But you know what? The saddest thing that we'll always deal with is that things are not in our control in that situation. Christophe, we have to come to grips with this was not my fault. And he just couldn't come to the grips with that. Because I know he's been off the soaps for a while.
Yeah, a little while. No, well, since like November of last year, I think it was.
Right. Oh, that's when he.
Yeah, I think it was.
And so now idle hands is nothing but time and money.
Well, he was. I think. I don't know, but from the kind of stuff that I read was his distress was getting bigger and bigger, and eventually kind of left the soap opera there. And this is where it ended up, in just a bad place.
Yeah, and we got to do better. We got to do better about addressing mental illness especially in the black community. Let me tell you something. If you're a black man and you having some problems, ain't nobody you can talk to. Nobody want to hear that. You a man. You ain't supposed to be. And dude, I went through so much crap. I had to find somebody to talk to. I had to find somebody on my own to talk to, because I wasn't. And don't make you weak. It don't make you weak, dude. I had to tell the guy the other day. I said, "You realize how mentally strong I had to be to know that I was going to walk into the ring for somebody to hurt me."
That's why I have an admiration for boxers that I have for no other professional athletes.
You gonna get hurt.
You go up to bat in baseball, and you're successful 30% of the time. You're an all-star,
right,
or a Hall of Famer. But on rare occasions, you might get hit with a ball. I played baseball all the way through college. I got hit once in my elbow, and I got hit with a baseball in my leg. I never got hit in the head.
Yeah, but you were a pretty good baseball player.
Yeah, I tried out for the Toronto Blue Jays in
Yeah.
1982,
Right.
but I mean, I didn't make it.
Right,
So
but
I'm here.
right.
I got into boxing, but I never got hit in the head. I never went up there to get hit in the head 50 times in a baseball game. If you get hit in the head once in your career,
That's
it's
a
pretty
lot.
unusual,
Yeah.
and you got a helmet on,
Right.
and the ball bounces up. You go into boxing, you're going to get hit in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're Roy Jones fighting Vinny Pacienza
Every
in
night.
the 6th round.
Every night.
You're getting hit. You're getting hit in training. You're getting hit in the fights. You're getting hit all the time.
Right.
And to walk in one-on-one with the entire world watching you, literally sometimes.
25,000 people in the room screaming.
Yeah, or
more.
6,000 Mexicans in Cancun.
It was 6,000,
No,
8,000.
I don't know how many it was there, but all of them
Yeah.
all of them weren't rooting for you. I
Yeah.
can tell you that because I was in that arena, and they weren't rooting for you.
No.
They were drinking 7-ounce bottles of Coronas because I saw the guy empty the giant containers of them. And when I watched you fight Juan Diaz, they were not cheering for you, my
No,
brother.
they were not. And
Me, Bobby Goodman, and about 3 others, Marjorie and a couple others, were cheering for you.
then my family came
and
down.
your family, and that was it, man.
But nobody gets this, man. What,
And you won the belt.
right.
I mean that when you go into the Lion's Den
Boring.
and take the belt from an undefeated Mexican fighter in the
In
middle of a
Mexico.
bull ring in the middle of Cancun, that takes some fucking balls, my
But
friend.
I don't know if it. But think about this. But
And beat his ass.
But I'm gonna give you one. But you know what's harder than that? Hearing somebody say you can't do this no more.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing that you'll ever hear. That you can't do this no more. But even that's not as scary as you got to come in and claim your baby's body.
Yeah.
I would go through that a million times, but I definitely wouldn't want to go through and claim my baby's body.
No, I
So-
wouldn't either. I could think of a
I'm
million.
not
you
saying
pull
what he-
toenails
right,
off.
right.
You could do 15 kinds of torture you could pull off
Right.
that I would take over that. I'll take myself getting cancer, brain cancer, whatever. But I don't ever want to do that. 3
No.
kids and a grandchild, and if I have to go. I do wake up with that fear now. I do wake up with that. I think about my kids. You know, when they call on the phone when it's JJ, I just take a deep breath. I go,
I hope ain't nothing wrong. Like my daughters text me. If I don't talk to my daughters for a few days, I usually start inquiring to the other daughters. I got enough of them where I can do that. But my daughters, I talk shit, but I wouldn't trade them fuckers for the world.
nothing, right?
Nothing. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I did. A lot of guys like, why did you? Man, I didn't want my daughters to have a bad name. And I'm eating, and I'll tell people all the time. I said I was one day eating with one of my daughters, and I looked over at her, and I stopped and I thought to myself, I felt about her at 24 years old, the way I felt about her at 2 days old. I could just fuck her alive.
Yep.
I could just eat her up.
I know. There's something that, you know, I tell people this all the time, and I want to ask you some boxing questions after this because there's some pretty good fight on tonight. But, you know, there was a revelation, and I have a lot of it on film because I had a video camera when JJ was born. And I remember him being born. And when his head started coming out, he was crowning. And his head came out, and I saw the blonde hair. And the nurse came up and stuck an electrode on it, which I thought was just a clinical-looking scene. But when I saw the blonde hair on the kid, okay, you know, I'd been through the pregnancy, and I was pretty, you know, in-touch dad and all that shit. When I did that, I went back to this chair. I was in Plantation General Hospital. I sat back in the chair, and I took a deep breath, and I remember saying 2 things. I said, holy shit, man. I'm now responsible for another human being. And the next thought in my head was, these thoughts were clear as day, and I'll remember them till I die. I said to myself, I'm now not the most important person in my life anymore.
Nope.
Those 2 exact thoughts, which I thought was kind of spiritual, that I had those thoughts, and I didn't know they were coming. But when I saw his hair, like I touched his head, and he wasn't out. I touched it, be a big long blonde hair. Touched it, and the lady stuck this electrode on, and I was like, "Fuck you doing, man?" Fucking. And then I videotaped the nurse she kind of dropped JJ on his head. So I'm like, dude, if you're fucked up, I know why. I'm going to come back and this bitchy New York lady, she says, no, don't call your mother or something like that. And I got the video camera. And she clunked him on his head. And then JJ goes, he saw that later on. He goes, damn, man. I said, yeah, we ought to go back and beat that lady for dropping you on her head.
But
Nothing happened to him.
I want to tell you something. The truth of the matter, of all the things in my life, I remember my daughters having all my daughters together and looking at them all together. And I was getting ready to fight. They were 3, 5, and 7. I fight my very first fight. My niece was there. My niece Joy was there. My nephew Ernest was there. My godson Kerry was there. And all these kids out there. And I'm looking at them like this. And I look at my daughters and I think, if I'm gonna do this, I don't have a choice but to do this 100%. And I remember sleeping in my car. 1978 Chevy Caprice Classic. My daughter said, Daddy, they got this Serena, this Venus Williams Barbie doll. I want one. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm sleeping on the front seat of my car. I seen your mom every dime I make from fighting, except $50. I paid the guy and I sent the rest of her. And I said, all right, we'll see about making that happen. I never forget calling Jimmy Waldrop and telling him I needed a fight. And he called me back, and I said, "Thank you, I got a fight." And I didn't care what weight it was. And people like, "Oh man, you did all this because you had heart." No, I did all this because I had kids.
How much were you getting paid at the beginning of your career? Like $500.
My first fight, I made $400.
Yeah.
I paid my manager. I paid my trainer $100. They gave me, I think it was $100 travel. I kept the travel and gave $300.
Where was your first fight?
Tampa. It's in Tallahassee. I was in the Moon in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
And my next fight
Who's the fight promoter?
Jayson Cross. Next fight paid me, I want to say, $1,000 plus travel. And then the next fight, I fought a guy named John Trigg. And I fought him on the Tony Tarver, Eric Harding 1 fight.
Really?
Yeah. He was 4-6-4.
Was that on show? No, I mean, was the Tarver fight on Showtime?
It was on Friday Night Fights.
Oh, Friday Night Fights.
I stopped him. The next guy I fought, I think I made $4,500 or something like that. And he was 7-0 with 5 knockouts. I was 3-0. I did not.
$4,500. That's pretty good chunk of change for a 3-0 guy.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. No, it wasn't. It was $2,500. Is what it was. It was a 6-rounder, and it was America Presents because they was looking at him to sign him. So they had deeper pockets. And the next fight I fought was a 5-0 guy with 3 knockouts, and I never forget. Each time I got paid more money, and I got paid more money for that last fight because we came in at 147, and I weighed in at 135. I went over 8 just so I could make the weight to make the fight happen.
Well, I want to ask you about a guy who's making a comeback tonight. Florida guy. Erickson Lubin.
I'm happy for Erickson.
Yeah.
I wanted to train Erickson, but he went down to Kevin. I was cool with that.
Kevin's training him, so
they're going at it.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't televised though. It's non-televised, which I don't understand why. It doesn't say it's televised at least. Is it? Because Kevin's not saying it was, but oh, maybe it does. This says Showtime Sports YouTube channel and Showtime starting at 8 p.m. Huh. Maybe it's on already.
Let's put it up.
Yeah,
but let's get this established, guys. My brothers, let's make sure black women know we love them. I don't care how mad they make you. Now, I ain't saying you gotta love all black women because all black women ain't lovable. You got these groups out here with the feminist movement. I can't love them. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna have a hard time with it. I'm just not that guy. But I do want you guys to start to show more love to the black women. They need you. And I guess we're going to sign off.
Yeah, you're right. It is on there.
I guess we're going to sign off.
Right now, but we can go watch it. We actually watch it. But anyways, good luck to Erickson Lubin.
Yeah, I like Erickson.
He was on LDL TV, man. I got a couple of graduates. So Donnie Marshall's fighting next week. Good luck to Christy there. Erickson Lubin fought on LDL TV in my first 5 fights that we broadcast back in 2010. He fought, and those were fun amateur fights.
I remember Erickson Lubin when he was a 10-year-old kid.
He wasn't very old when we televised him. He couldn't have been more than like 15 or 16 maybe.
I remember he was a little bitty kid at Dynamic Boxing down in Orlando. Coach's name was Renee. Coach Sheehan Renee.
He's kind of a slick boxer.
There's a lot of talent. He's in with a guy that's a body book fighter who's an amateur with me.
What's his name?
Ishe Smith. Ishe were amateurs together. Ishe was a good amateur and former world champion.
Yeah.
He's a former world champion. So this ain't gonna be no easy walk. I hope that this is the way for Aaron Erickson to get back. I pull for Florida boys.
For sure.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm eating my French fries. Watch this fight. And I'm gonna complain about how these women be talking this foolishness. I ain't talking about you, sister. Because if you ain't talking that foolishness, I ain't talking about you. Let's love each other. Let's get this thing popping. Good night.